Alright, hello and welcome back. Sorry for the delay, I've been feeling a little under the weather, but I've just got to play more of this game. This is just so exciting. So, I know I was going to continue to go and talk to people and, I don't know, continue my relentless quest to speak to every single person with a name in this entire city. But I've decided, you know, our little thing with committing some treason over here worked out pretty well. So I'm going to try poking at this big, awesome, mysterious thing that they keep calling a clock, even though I don't agree. So, without any proper knowledge about what it is I'm doing, let's start poking at these things. What could go wrong? Okay, so Circus Minor changes again. So we already read through this. So we have these three memories. We have the Underwater City, the Lush Valley, and the Besieged City. The Lush Valley was the one where we were building the sanctuary. So we have to lock one to each device. So, worries me is there are these little symbols on here, right? And there's a different one on each one. And I went and stared at these off camera for a bit. And I don't see any conceivable way that these correlate to those memories. And I'm really worried that if I do it wrong, it's going to like explode or shock me and then explode or whatever. So I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not happy. So let's give it a try. So whole new structures. Okay, I don't know. Let's just try them in order. Locked memory of the Underwater City. Okay, so here's the two guys getting captured. Because we're stupid. A ribbon of energy stretches into the air, connecting the control device to the clock. Okay, so we can unlock it. So, okay, so hopefully this means that if I screw it up, that it'll give me another chance. This game has not been big on giving me second chances, by the way. Okay, you get the strange feeling that something's different, but the change is so small it's hard to tell what. Lush Valley? Oh, notice that we did not get the beam of energy. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try the Besieged City. Oh. Oh, maybe it does it anyway and I just didn't see it. Okay, so that was Besieged City, so what's this one? Lush Valley? Something like that? Alright. As you lock the third image, the air around the device trembles. The other devices in the square begin to glow as though they're about to do something. Just as suddenly, the glow in all three devices fades. The image you had locked to this device flickers, and then the three memories flit across the surface once more. The device seems to have reset itself. Oh. Smash it open? Are you kidding me? Why would I smash this open? Okay, so let's try these in a different order. Let's put Lush Valley here. Oh good lord, this could take forever. Okay, let's try that. And Besieged City? Sure. I predict I'm going to do this the same way several times in a row and forget what I'm doing. If I don't figure this out pretty quickly, I'm going to actually start writing this down here. Crap. Okay, hold on. Let me grab a pad of paper here. See, I should figure these things out ahead of time. So I've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3 didn't work. And what did I just try? Oh, man. Okay. See, the buildings are more colorful and more weathered, or less weathered. See, this is what it looked like centuries ago, so let's try the Besieged City for here.
Of course.
Okay, and this says the change is so small. Let's try the Lush Valley. That makes a certain amount of sense. I am writing these down as I go, so I hopefully don't do this 4 or 5 times in a row. Okay, then what we have left is Underwater. I'll bet this isn't it, because this talks about... Okay, so that's wrong. Okay, so let's take a look at this again. Look more closely, the change is ready. This is going to be incredibly boring. If I remember, I'm going to put an annotation on to when I get it right. Okay, so here it's under attack. So this makes sense that this would be the Besieged City, right? Right. I agree. Good job, me. So the question is, which one of these He's underwater. And which one of these is the Lush Valley? Well, I think that the one I haven't tried yet is this one as Oops! That's not what I meant to do! Oh, whew, okay. Underwater City, let's try that. And that would bring Lush Valley for this one. Lush Valley. Hey! As soon as you lock the third image, a final surge of energy arcs through the air from the device to the clock itself. The clock shines for a moment, then becomes solid, fixed into a single state. At the same time, the device in front of you goes dark. The image disappears, as does the strange view of the city's past. Oh, I hope that's good.
I'll remember that.
It's doing a thing.
Let's go.
Well, it's lost that nifty purple glow. Okay, so let's take a look at these shadows. Let's see if we can see what's going on in there now. The machine is solid now. Each of the 3 clock faces shows a single time, though none of them point to any time measurement that you understand. You lean closer to the central clock face. 3 shadowy figures lurk within, their features almost discernible now. Suddenly, the figures surge out of the clock toward you. Intense pressure strikes your head like a steel spike. Then everything goes black.
Updated my journal.
Uh-oh. And we're back in our head. This is cool. Neat. Alright.
Yes. Now.
So who do we have here? Okay, let's figure out what I'm going to call them first. Camose. D-I-V-I... Diviaticu? Diviatisu? I'm going to skip your name. And villain. Because that's funny. The 3 figures before you were disoriented. They don't even seem to notice you at first. All 3 of them have a tattoo like yours. Cast-offs. Oh, neat. Camose says, "What befell us?" The woman is dressed in powerful-looking armor. Her face bears several scars, yet her eyes have the innocence of a child. Did he do something? Are we still on the clock? D says, "I do not believe so." The second figure is tall, dressed all in black. Its height is exaggerated further by a violet fish-like crest on the top of its head. Its yellow eyes are squinted, scanning all around. There is a man outside the clock, but it wasn't... It was him, says villain. The third figure points at you. He is small, wiry, and tense, although he expects danger. He carries a shield on its back. He's a cast-off, he says, looking at your tattoo. Can't say I recognize him, though. I wonder if this guy in the middle with the crest on his head, the one whose name that I have cowardly backed away from trying to pronounce, is the one with that cool statue with the 3 herbs floating in the middle? Because that was super cool. Anyway, so who are you guys? Camose steps forward. We beg your forgiveness, friend, brother. We have been through quite the trial. I am Camose. These are my friends, D and Villain. We are cast-offs like you. She looks you up and down, her brow slightly furrowed despite her kind demeanor. We were ingested into your head. I saw it. How is that possible? He eyes you suspiciously. Who are you? So, I'm a cast-off, the latest one. Nobody. Seriously, you guys are past versions of me and you're in my head, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what's up. So, I'm the latest cast-off. The latest? She raises one eyebrow significantly higher than the other. That's not possible. We faced the changing god mere days ago, and you are not the body he wore. I think we might have been trapped in that clock for centuries, Camose. Something about it messed with our perception. The Varjalan looks up to the ceiling, or where the ceiling would be if there was one. Time is an illusion. How long is the wrong question. It turns its enormous bulbous eyes to you. What is this place? Where are we? Somewhere in my mind, I think. The Varjalan shuts its eyes. 6 nostrils open wide as it inhales deeply. Yes, perhaps you are right. So, when we learned a bit earlier about this being the 9th age, they talked about how some of the ages may not have even been human. So I wonder if he's one of the non-human constructs, or not constructs, my apologies, one of the non-human entities that lived through... No, that doesn't make any sense, because they've been talking about the changing god only having been around for a couple centuries, maybe a couple millennia. So, interesting. Must just be some other species. Our consciousnesses were ripped from our bodies when the changing god activated his clock. Then you appeared. It happened again. Our minds were ripped from their coronal prison. It looks to its friends. I cannot be certain, but I believe this is part of some vast mental construct. It turns to you. Your mental construct. His eyes become nearly as large as the Varjalans. What? You mean we just went from one prison to another? He grips you by the shoulders. You did this. If this is your mind, then let us out. So, I don't know how to get out of here. Why can't you get us out? Why did you get trapped in the clock? I'm kind of curious how you guys got trapped in the clock. Ah, yes, Camusset looks down, embarrassed. The three of us once worked alongside our sire, helping him with his research after he'd brought the Order of Truth to Saga's cliffs. We saw him for what he was, selfish, arrogant. Okay, that's a weird way to phrase this. Worked alongside of him. So, did he spend time with the cast-offs in the past? That's interesting. If so, seriously, where did he go anyway? That's been kind of bothering me. He doesn't care about us, not a single one of his children. He crosses his arms and looks away bitterly. All of his projects were always about him. He didn't care if anyone got hurt in the process. We betrayed him. Unlike the others, the Varjalan looks you directly in the eye. We meant to stun him, to capture him before he could escape to another body, but he was too quick for us. He activated the clock, tearing our minds from our bodies and trapping us eternally. So, I don't know how to get out of here. Relax, friend brother. Whether for days or centuries, we survive that clock. We will survive this. If time is an illusion, then it is not our enemy. We will find a way. So, you guys don't know how to get out of here? Weren't you listening? We were trapped in that clock for centuries. I'm looking for a way out, believe me. But if Dee says it's your mind, then it's your show. Okay, well, let me look around. Don't give up hope.
Yes. Now. On it.
I really love this Escher-esque thing that we've got going on here. There's really nothing here.
I'm ready.
The three of them mutter to each other, looking around this strange space, as they try to find another way out. I don't see another way out here. The Varjalan stretches its neck, putting its face within a mere handspan of yours. It seems to be examining you. Then it says, your mind. Only you have the power to change. Camusset says, what he's trying to say is that this place was created for your body, or perhaps by your body. Our sire placed within each of us unique gifts and abilities. For example, I have never heard tell of another cast-off who could trap consciousness the way that you have. She gives you a warm smile. He would not have created this space for you without also giving you the means by which to move through it. Think, what other gifts did our Creator bestow upon you? Trapping consciousness, huh? So this is interesting. So I chose an aspect of myself when I was born. Yes, that's interesting. And I built a path out of my mind by recovering memories. Okay, so I chose an aspect of myself when I was born, deep in the heart of this labyrinth. Is that what it? Dee shakes his head. I can see what you speak of, it says, and you get a momentary impression that its eyes can see through you. The aspect describes you, just as I am Varjalan. Villain is observant, and Camusset is foolish. Ha ha. I object to that characterization. He's not wrong, and you know it. At her wounded look, he raises his hands placatingly. It's the truth. Anyway, you've gotten out of us twice as much trouble as you've gotten us into. The Varjalan speaks to you. These aspects are descriptors of who we are, but they are not us. That you chose your aspect says quite a lot, but I do not believe that it is enough to set us free. So I built a path out of a deep fathom of my mind. That was kind of cool. Recovered all these memories. Perhaps if there were any memories here to recover. He curls his lip and looks around. Maybe I just don't know what memories look like, but I don't see anything. It would seem that we are in agreement, villain. So I'm what they call a nano, if that's interesting. So's the Varjalan, and you don't see him barking about it. You see, that's just the type of thing that you do. It was a path you chose, not something our sire gave you, nor a means to freedom. I don't think I have what you're talking about, guys. You must, Camusset looks at her compatriots and back to you. We each have our gifts, given to us by our sire for a specific purpose. His purpose, of course, but a purpose nonetheless. She raises a hand to her chest. They say, for example, that, foolish though I may be, I have nigh magical gifts of speech. It is not something I chose nor learned, but it is who he made me to be. Valen rubs his head along the edge of his shield. I'm a master of defensive arts. Our sire learned them when he was in my body. Probably built my body to excel at it. I wouldn't call it a gift, but it's me, yeah? Dee says, I am one with the shadows. I live in them. I breathe them. This is not some esoteria I discovered, but a unique ability our sire chose for me while he was in my body. Kamose gives you a kind smile. The gift is in you. Perhaps you've just forgotten. Our sire wouldn't have made this place for you without granting you the power to get out. Focus. Find the power inside yourself. Okay. I've been told once upon a time that I have the gift, that I have the power. So, shut my eyes, let's search my memories for this ability they speak of. You rifle through your memories, past everything you actually remember to those memories you didn't create yourself. There must be a key or a door, anything that would help you to escape this fathom of your mind. Just as you're about to give up, you find something, a cluster of sparks, nascent abilities deep within the core of your being. You sense the abilities to speak eloquently, to use a shield with a master's skill, to lurk amongst the shadows as though they were home.
I'm ready to learn something new.
Oh, advancement. This would have interrupted our speech. So I left him more advance, allowing us to advance. This will grant you a choice of improving your stats, skills, or abilities. Okay, shush. None of these seem particularly suited to creating a path out of this place. But as you sift through them, you know that you are trapped here, not because it is some puzzle your sire left for you to solve, but because you are not yet whole. There is another part, the last part, of deciding who you are. In completing yourself, you will be able to open a path back to the calm of your mind. I like how these sparks are our three buddies here. Oh, select a focus! Eee! Okay, so Silver Tongue, you know the right thing to say in every situation. There's no obstacle that cannot be overcome with words. So natural charisma is +1 on the talking things. You are a natural leader, a gracious speaker, and gifted with words. People find it easy to relate to you. I'm not sure that sounds like me. Breathe shadow. You hide in the folds between dimensions, evading even the most watchful eye. Emerging, you rend reality and your enemies along with it. Ooh, cool. So nocturnal, quick fingers deception and perception. The darkness is your ally. You would excel at skills suited for the shadows. And surprise attack. If this character is hidden or targeting an enemy that is blinded, gain +10% attacks and +3 damage. You strike from the shadows. You see weakness in your enemies and you strike first and hardest. So this would pair really nice if either I or someone else had an ability that blinds them. +3 damage seems pretty nice, given that I currently have a health pool of, 21. Master's Defense. You study techniques to defend yourself and others, physically and mentally, in any situation. So counterattack, ends turn immediately. Whenever an attack misses you, make a basic attack against that enemy if in range. There is no limit to the number of attacks that can be made this way each turn. Wow! You are a patient fighter, willing to wait until the moment is right to strike. Your rivals mistake this for fear, and when they test you, you show them why they were wrong. Wow, that could really be quite the damage dealer. And Shieldmaster. Gain 10% evasion as long as you have an item equipped in the offhand slot. In your skilled hands, you can make almost anything a shield. Okay, that's what I was just thinking, that Shieldmaster wouldn't really fit thematically with the whole nano thing. Ooh. So I don't have any points in charisma. So that would be well, I don't have points in any of these actually. This would really be good. It's interesting that the Silver Tongue only gives you charisma, whereas these give me active abilities. Well, an active and a passive for each. So Quick Fingers, Deception, Perception, and what looks like a pretty good attack to use, although situational. Whereas this sounds like a great tool to use in combat. However, it also involves getting whacked at a couple times. And as a dude that intends to go around wearing robes most of the time, I'm not totally sure I'm sold on the whole idea of people hitting me. Shield thing is pretty cool. I think I'm going to save the Master's Defense for probably a future playthrough. It's so tempting, but I feel like one of these two should be thematically. So let's think about this. So I was going sort of machinery-based, that type of thing, a tinkerer. So actually either one of these would fit. I mean, I don't feel sneaky. I feel like if I was playing a Jack, that sneaky would be totally it. On the other hand, I do feel like I should be a friendly person and talk to everyone. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and choose Silver Tongue and get Natural Charisma, even though this seems like a smaller set of abilities. Though Persuasion, Deception, and Intimidation come up a lot. And this is only plus 5%, so that's not really all that huge. Shieldmaster could be neat. Well, let's just go for it. I could think about this forever and not make a decision. So, there's me. Oh, neat. Yeah, I did that. That's it! You did it! Yeah, I know. Does this mean we get to go back to the real world? I don't think so, villain. But it does mean we are free. Finally. He turns to you. Thank you, friend. Go. We will follow. I don't think there's a real world for you guys to return to, sorry. Wow, this thing is cool. Alright.
Yes.
Oh, crap! Oh, this is not good. Oh, press tab to view interactive characters. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that will save me so much pixel hunting. And I grew up in the days when pixel hunting was a thing. If you've never played, like, Roger Wilco. Yeah. Oof. This isn't good. The Specter. Hello. I remember you. I saw what happened. Are you alright? That thing almost killed you. What did happen? It blasted you out of that part of your mind. And you know, I was using that part of my mind. The Specter's voice is somber. The sorrow must be gathering its strength, taking spaces in your mind to keep you from reaching your full potential. I don't know why it doesn't just destroy you. Maybe the fragments aren't strong enough yet. I wonder if this is why my mind was built like this. Was to make it more defensible against these bits and pieces of the sorrow? Maybe. I don't know. It's alright, though. We have more important things to do, right? Like get that chamber fixed. More important things to do than getting squids out of my brain, huh? Alright, well. So, are you always here? The Spectre shrugs. Where else would I be? So, let's see here. Sorry, I'm just going to skim through these options quick. Okay, so I found the resonance chamber, but it's broken. Yeah, I saw that. I don't see everything you do out there in the world, but I definitely saw that. You have to find a way to fix it. So, how did activating the clock in the real world open that other fathom? The Spectre shrugs. Who knows? It probably triggered something in your mind, made a bridge you didn't have before. Maybe you did have a bridge once, but you lost it. You think I could open others like that? Maybe. You've already made a lot of changes to this place. At this point, nothing would surprise me. That's good, because seriously, your decor sucks. So, if this is my mind, why don't I remember this place? I told you as much as I know. It's your mind, and that means you're in control. Ugh. You just need to figure out how to unlock its secrets. I don't know how, but I think the resonance chamber will do that for us. It'll unite us and make us whole again. Okay. So is there anything to do while I'm here? You mean apart from the cabaret acts, distilleries, and endless adventure just behind the next wrinkle in your mind? He jabs you in the arm with his elbow. Ha! And if you believe that... Sorry, but it's your mind. There's nothing like that here. I've looked. So, my mind is boring and empty, says, you know, my mind. Still, you've changed things plenty already. I wouldn't be surprised if something showed up here eventually. I already have squids. Okay, so how do I get back this time? The portal's still there. I don't know why it wouldn't work twice. Yeah, has anything changed since last time? I think you already told me that, but... Yeah, okay. So what do you think I should do now? With the chamber broken, I'm not sure. We need to find someone who can fix it. That chamber's our only hope. Without it, we are lost. Okay, well, see you around, dude. I have this sort of unfortunate feeling that I'm going to be seeing you a lot. Oh, look. Oh, here we are. Oh, cool. The portal's collapsed into this tiny pulsing sphere. Something about it strikes you as angry, although you'd be hard-pressed to say why. So I wonder if that collapsed specifically... Oh, look, you can see... I don't know what they're... To trap the squid, the Sardo squid. Oh, that's a great name. I'm going to use that from now on. I don't know. Why would it be angry? So, am I going to get nifty branches off this every time? This was that cool mirror.
Fine.
Glass shards hiss when you touch them. Okay. Well, let's try to head back and let's see what happens.
Much better.
Okay. Ooh, and I've got character upgrade. Don't forget. And we're back. Okay, so advancement. Spend your experience points by clicking the plus button next to your experience meter on the left side of the screen. You can choose between 4 advancement steps. When you gain all 4 steps, you'll increase your tier, unlocking a new selection of abilities and other bonuses. Okay, so plus. Check. Wait, okay. So, what I desperately want to do is get the Nemesis skill. And I think that that's under exploration skills? Let's find out. Let's see, ability or skill. You can choose between improving or picking a new skill or improving one of your abilities. You can only do this once per tier. Good lord. Okay, so down here I see things like deception, persuasion. I think that this might be an ability? No. Select an ability to improve. Okay. Maybe that's not it. Ability or skill. So skill? Yes! A nemesis. Okay. This is what I want. Because it's driving me absolutely bonkers that I can't remember these previous memories as clearly as I want. And I'm never going to use that word again. So, although some of these things are great, actually I get a point to intimidation already. Although I don't see that appearing in here. But that's okay. Because what I really want is I want a point in Nemesis because I desperately want to be able to uncover these bits and pieces. I feel like I'm missing big chunks of backstory, you know? Alright, there we go. Oh, we're actually not too far into the next one either. Okay, so where's... Okay, Nemesis. Excellent. So, here we are. So, hey guys. How about that clock I just turned back on, huh? Kesmine says, "You fixed the clock! I knew you could do it! I knew it!" She shoots a triumphant smile at Mimian. "You must tell us what you saw. Who were those figures? Were they cast-offs? What did they say? Were you able to retrieve them?" "Settle down, lady." "Patience, Cass. We must first congratulate our guest." He turns to you. "Masterfully done, revered one. A performance worthy of your sire." He bows gravely to you. "You are most welcome here." "Thank you, friend." "And we do have answers to your questions, revered one. That is, as soon as we hear the report of what you have found." "Tell us!" Casmine's nearly breathless with excitement. "So I fixed your clock, so you'd answer my questions, and now I have to answer your questions again first? Well... I'm still feeling pleasant, I'm not gonna lie. So I met Camose, D, and Villain." Disappointment creases her face. "I know these names. They're not new to us. They were favored servants of your creator, cast-offs who served him well. Indeed, D brought the Order of Truth to Saga's cliffs, but they betrayed their holy trust and disappeared." Well, didn't disappear, they got sucked into a clock. Mimian sighs. "Nevertheless, we will honor our agreement." "You sought answers about who might repair the resonance chamber. We know that your sire built it with the aid of another cast-off, still unknown to us. Perhaps one of your siblings might know where to find him, or her. It's interesting that I'm switching genders. If I can break here just a second, that's something that's always really bugged me about Doctor Who, is that the Doctor always regenerates as a dude, when I don't think there's any reason why they shouldn't be able to gender swap between incarnations. So, Helen Mirren apparently wanted to be one of the Doctors, and she would have been awesome. Anyway, Mimian says, "I know of only one other cast-off still in the city, the albino assassin Matinka, or I'm sorry, Medkina. Yeah, Makina. They call her the White Death. She wore a camouflaging cloak and brought destruction in her wake. The last I heard of her, she was in the underbelly." He restrains a shudder. "Seek her, but be wary." Matinka, alright. This really, like, how often am I swapping bodies?
Making a note.
Alright. So, just to take a look at our quest log here. So, Fallen to Earth. Alright. So yeah, so we're going to search for Matinka. I'm going to say that wrong until I'm going to very carefully practice this. Makina. Interesting. You know, I still want to try to talk to the Order of Truth, just because, I don't know, reasons. So I think I'm going to go over there and try to talk to them a little bit too. So, let's see here. Otherwise, we've got all these things going that we haven't found anyone yet. Yeah, okay, so speaking of the sorrow, so we've met a couple people who are like, oh yeah, the sorrow. Yeah, I think I remember that tentacle whore ripping someone apart the other day. Yeah, no, what are you gonna do? Like, seriously, what the hell kind of lives do you live that you look outside and you're like, oh look, a tentacled whore is destroying someone's, like, ripping someone from limb to limb. Oh, and it's raining and I forgot an umbrella. Seriously, guys. How screwy is your city that tentacle horrors from nether dimensions are not a matter of serious concern to you? So, we've got this quest, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break here and then we're going to go talk to the Order of Truth and see what they have to say. Meeting the cultists was actually more interesting than I thought. I don't like the fact that they have weird honorifics for me, but poking my head inside the clock was really neat. I wonder if the Order of Truth is going to have the same type of quest available to me where I get to unlock parts of my brain. So, we're going to go check that out. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.